Right now, we're joined by Jeffrey Herbst, president of the American Jewish University in Los Angeles. Thank you very much. Pleasure to meet you. You know, the incidence of anti-Semitism, it's not just on the rise in the U.S., but in Europe as well. What do you believe is behind all of this?
Well, we've seen an arc of hatred against Jews increasing for a long time now. And I think the deadly combination of the disruptions from the pandemic, economic dislocation, and the continuing corrosive social effects of social media also play into it. And I think we're also kind of at an inflection point where some people believe that anti-Semitic statements are no longer illegitimate to say in public. All this combines in different ways, but it's a pretty toxic stew.
Yeah, it is, and it's historical. Obviously, this is something that the Jewish people have dealt with for countless generations. In terms of credible threats against Jewish schools and synagogues in New Jersey, I had a friend post that her nieces attend one of those schools. Another colleague saying that it's truly terrifying to be Jewish right now. Would it be safe to say this is how the community is feeling and that security is heightened around places of worship?
Security has been increased tremendously over time. Sad to say, most synagogues in the United States resemble armed camps with the guards and the perimeter fencing reflecting previous threats. I don't think the community is terrified. I think it's concerned, often with good reason, but I think most Jews also recognize that living in fear, living in a way that is not in accordance with beliefs, essentially allows the haters to win also. So it's a difficult line to walk.
Ye, a.k.a. Kanye West, and Kyrie Irving, they've both tried to defend themselves against the recent comments. I mean, following Kanye's statements, we had this huge banner putting "Kanye is right about the Jews" hanging over the 405 freeway in Los Angeles. But both of these two men have referred to a group or a movement that, at its worst, is radicalized and violent. So how closely is the Jewish community watching these kinds of groups?
I think the Jewish community has developed a sophisticated infrastructure to monitor threats both by itself and with the conjunction of law enforcement. There are a lot of different groups that have emerged spewing hatred on the left, right, and off the spectrum in recent years. And there's also the real problem that individuals can cause tremendous damage and destruction. So these things are being monitored, but at the same time, as I said, we can't live in fear every day because that essentially allows the haters to win.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.